Michel Chabanel, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining me on the IPM 2017's Web TV. You're the CEO of CEREA Partenaire, an investment fund based in Paris. In a few words, could you tell us about CEREA Partenaire?
So CEREA Partenaire is a management company created in 2004, so 12 years ago, sorry. And it has two particularities. First one, it's a sector focus. So in fact, we only invest in companies in food and beverage and all what you call all-related business. So it's quite diversified, in fact. So we invest in all companies that are linked to food and beverage business. So to give you some example, you can invest in equipment companies, in packaging company. So we invest, for example, in a company making box for eggs. We can invest also in ingredient company. We can invest in a retail business, food and retail business. We can invest also in restaurant chain. So all companies that work as suppliers or as customers of food and beverage business. So that's clearly one of our particularities. And second particularity is that you want to bring to this company, I will say, all financing or as much as possible to help them to finance their growth, to develop.
So what stages of financing?
Yes, clearly. So that's what, in fact, we have three different funds, three different activities. So we have a buyout fund that finances clearly all question of transmission of equity. We have a mezzanine fund, so to make quasi-equity financing, and a private debt fund. So we don't finance, of course, all kind of companies. So we don't finance startup today, but we try to enlarge as much as possible and to answer to as much as possible to the need of the companies.
I think there's a clear reading on the agro business where you're investing in. For investors, what are the advantages of having such a specialization in this agro business?
I would say that we have, in fact, four major advantages. The first one is clearly the sector we invest in. Clearly, agro business is a very resilient business. Clearly, you need to eat, and even during the past years with the financial crisis, the production of the food and beverage business has continued to grow. So it's a very resilient business, and with a lot of needs, in fact, for the future. Clearly, population in the world is increasing every day. You have 8 billion people to feed, so it's a major challenge for the food industry for the future. And in addition to that, you have the middle class that increase, in particular in China, in India. And so there is more and more need of products that are more elaborate. So clearly, the food and beverage industry need to be there to be able to provide this kind of product. So that's clearly the first thing. That's agro business is really a very good business to invest in. Second one is clearly, in our job is we have to find the company to invest in. So we're in competition. We need to see all the company to select the right one, and to be sector focused clearly gives us advantage to source the operation. And for example, I can give you, we see for example in a buyout transaction more than 95% of the transaction of the market. So clearly, the fact that we are sector focused gives us advantage to try to see as much as possible transactions on the market. Second one, of course, is that when you invest always in the same sector, you know quite well. It's the sector, you have a lot of large network, a lot of information. We have, for example, a team in the group of analysts of 8 people only working on the agribusiness sector. So they give us clearly a good knowledge of this environment, and I think help us to select better the investment that we do. So I clearly think that it's an advantage for investor because thanks to this specialization, we clearly take less risk.
And you have a unique point of view on this industry. For the companies you invest in, for the managers of this company, for the people running them and looking to develop them, is that as well, how does that translate into an advantage for these companies you're involved in?
I think it's clearly the fourth advantage, in fact, because for the manager, it's quite important to work or to have a shareholder that knows quite well this business. And the advantage that we can bring is that we know better than other people what they do, because we have invested in other companies like them, we have invested in suppliers, we have invested in the customers of this company. So we have a good knowledge of the environment. So thanks to this good knowledge, I think we are in better position to understand what the manager wants, what are his feeling, what is expecting from us. And so, as I say, we have a large team of analysts like make every day analysis on the market, on the economic trends,
And
then
these people help the managers running their own. And
yes, clearly can make special analysis for the manager about this competition, about I don't know, the trend of the consumption, for example. So clearly we can bring a lot of value added to the manager that is due to the fact that we are sector focused and that you have more information on this sector than everybody.
So you have a clear, very clear. We have a very clear reading of your positioning and so on. I think you just closed the sourcing of your funds. What are you looking at for the year or the years to come?
So we just closed our two last funds last year in December. So in fact we raised 3 funds in the last 2 years. So we raised more than 700 million euros. So we have a lot of money today. So clearly our objective is to invest in and to find the right company to accompany them and help the manager to deliver their business. So that's clearly our priority. And perhaps we will have further other projects, new project to finance other kind of companies, but it will be for the future.
Michel Chabanel, CEO of CEREA Partenaire, thank you very much.
Thank you.